The satellite is going from the Today, let's talk about orbits. One of the main things about orbits is the altitude that the satellite or the spacecraft is at. So there are three main areas where we put satellites. The first is low Earth orbit, which is technically below about 2,000 kilometers altitude. Most satellites are actually closer to 700 kilometers altitude, but the technical definition is below 2,000 kilometers altitude. These are primarily weather satellites, communication satellites, imagery satellites, and military satellites. Now, this next thing above 2,000 kilometers is medium Earth orbit. This is where mostly our GPS satellites are at, and they're around 20,000 kilometers altitude, and they have orbital periods that are about 12 hours, which is half a day. And so they basically have this ability to come back over the same longitude every day, which is an important and interesting feature of the orbit. Then the next one, you go out even further, and you're at geosynchronous orbits. And geosynchronous orbits are around 35,000 kilometers altitude. They're mostly used for communication satellites and weather satellites. One of the primary important things about an orbit is the inclination of the orbit. The inclination of the orbit is the angle between the satellite's orbit as it goes through the equator. So as it's going from south to north, it makes an angle with respect to the equator, and that angle is the orbit's inclination. Interestingly, the inclination, that angle, if it's below 90 degrees, also marks the highest latitude it reaches and the lowest latitude. So here are three examples. The first one on the left is an equatorial orbit. So the satellite is basically staying in the equatorial plane of the Earth, and so it has a 0-degree inclination. The one on the right is a polar orbit satellite, so it is going over the poles, and so it has a 90-degree inclination. And the one in the middle is an inclined orbit, and so it actually has like about a 45-degree or so inclination. Polar orbits have basically the characteristic that they go over the entire Earth. If they pass over the poles, that means they're going from pole to pole and they're covering the entire globe. And so if you want to see the entire globe, then you want a really high inclination orbit. And most weather satellites want to see the entire globe, and so they usually have really high inclination orbits. Then there's this special orbit called a sun-synchronous orbit, which we basically put at a very precise altitude and inclination that stays in a fixed local time. When we talk about the definitions of some of these things, we have what's called the ascending node, which is as the satellite is going from the south to the north, and then when the orbit is going from north to south, it is the descending node. So in every orbit, you basically go around the Earth in a complete circle, and you go through two phases. The first is that you go through the ascending node, and then as you're going down, you go through the descending node. Ascending node, descending node. Let's talk about what's called a sun-fixed coordinate system. So when we talk about orbits, we basically have the orbit going around the Earth, and underneath that orbit, the Earth is rotating. And the satellite orbit plane is actually in sort of a local time of ascending node plane. And let's go through what that really means. So in order to understand that, let's talk about local times. When we look at the Earth with respect to the sun, we have towards the sun, which we define as noon. If we go away from the sun, we have midnight. And then we have dawn and we have dusk. We think of it as the sun is coming up and the sun is going down. But really, the Earth is rotating through this coordinate system, this sun-fixed coordinate system. And it basically stays like this with the Earth rotating underneath it. The local time stays fixed. Satellites orbit in this local time. The orbit stays fixed coordinate system. And it basically, we think of it as the sun is coming up and the sun is going down. But really, the Earth is rotating through this coordinate system, this sun-fixed coordinate system. And it basically stays like this with the Earth rotating underneath it. The local time stays fixed. Satellites orbit in this local time. The orbit stays fixed while the Earth underneath rotates. So this example is showing what's called a 3 a.m. local time of ascending node. As the satellite is coming up from south to north and is crossing the equator, what is the local time? We can see in this that it's between midnight and dawn, and it's roughly 3 a.m. All right, so that is a 3 a.m. local time of ascending node. Now, if the orbit plane is oriented like this, then it is coming up from south to north between dusk and midnight, which is roughly 9 p.m. or 21 out of 24. So it is called a 21 local time of ascending node. And we can move this orbit plane all over the place. So this is a 3 p.m. or a 15 local time of ascending node because it's between noon and dusk. And here we're showing a dawn to dusk orbit. So it has a 6 a.m. local time of ascending node. Now, we like to show ground tracks of the satellites so we can see like where the satellites are with respect to the globe. And so this is showing a ground track. The way that you derive a ground track is you go from the center of the Earth out to the satellite, and where it goes through the surface of the Earth, you draw a point. Now, interestingly, like right here, you can see that those satellite tracks where the satellite is and one orbit later don't match up. And the reason that they don't match up is because the Earth is actually rotating underneath this. Remember that the satellite orbits in this local time. Derive a ground track. We can satellite to the globe track. The way that you derive a ground track is you go from
that's what I always thought it looked
Earth
weird.
out to the satellite, and where it goes through the surface of a ground. Now, we like to show ground tracks of the satellites so we can see like where the satellites are with respect to the globe. And so this is showing a ground track. The way that you derive a ground track is you go from the center of the Earth out to the satellite, and where it goes through the surface of the Earth, you draw a point. Now, interestingly, like right here, you can see that those satellite tracks where the satellite is and one orbit later don't match up. And the reason that they don't match up is because the Earth is actually rotating underneath this. Remember that the satellite
I mean, they don't match up.
orbits in this local time plane, but the Earth is rotating. You are not at the same place. You don't come back to the same place.
Oh, yeah.
The Earth is rotated. Let's move outwards a little bit and let's talk about geosynchronous orbits. Geosynchronous orbits are very interesting because the satellite is pretty far away from the Earth, so the orbital period actually is quite long. Instead of at low Earth orbit, these orbital periods are only like 90 minutes. At geosynchronous orbits, the orbital period is almost exactly 1 day. It is 23 hours and 56 minutes. And so it actually stays roughly over the same point on Earth all of the time. That distance from the center of the Earth to the satellite is about 6.6 Earth radii, which is 42,000 kilometers. Now, these satellites are very useful because they're pretty far away from the Earth, and you can put a camera
What's up, my guy?
that can see a large swath of the Earth, a big chunk of the Earth. And so we put these weather satellites at geosynchronous
Ask me why I'm wearing a
orbit, and they
backpack,
take pictures
massaging my
of
neck.
the Earth. And they take
I worked
pictures
hard
in
today.
different wavelengths, which tell you different things
Good, I'm
about
good, chilling.
the weather. You could see this hurricane that actually has hit Florida here and is moving up in the Gulf of Mexico. There are
How's what
also a
going?
lot of
Life, the stream?
communication satellites in
Life is good. The
geosynchronous
stream
orbit
just started. So
because they basically stay over a fixed position, and so you can communicate to
How you
a
been?
place on the Earth all of the time. We talked about weather satellites being in geosynchronous orbit and weather satellites being in low Earth orbit. And why would you mix these two things up? So this is showing a hurricane hitting Florida here, and then it's going to zoom in, and you can see the track of a low Earth orbiting satellite taking the same type of data. And then embedded in this, you see this really fine scale resolution. And that fine scale
yeah, man. Tell me about it. It's hot outside. I mean, we're out here working in. I'm working in like damn near 100 degrees. I think it was. They're out here. They're giving us heat breaks now too. It's the crazy part. Like you're forced to take a 10-minute heat break. That's how hot it is. Yeah, that's cool though. Probably a month left of this shit. Honestly, what's today? The 19th. About a month and a half.
Coarse, large-scale resolution is from the geosync.
Like, go get some water. It's too hot outside. Take 10 minutes. We'll pay you. I'm like, okay.
Satellite, so you can combine.
Oh yeah, about a month and a half till school starts. Right? Yeah, school starts. No, never mind. It's 2 months. School starts August 18th, so it's June. Today's June 19th. I'm trying to go, man. I'm tired of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sick of it. I just need something to do till then, so I'm not sitting my ass at home all day.
These two satellite systems
Yeah.
to get both really fine scale detail and large scale detail. Now, why don't we just use like a ton of low Earth orbit?
Or actually, like, severely underpaid, honestly. They need to give us a summertime raise or something. Yeah, just saving. That's what's up, man. So that's the way to do it. I'm thinking about starting to go like fix people's, well, not fix their cars, but like the basic stuff, like, spark plugs, oil change, start a little business out here in Dallas. How much do they pay at Amazon? 21, 20, 25, something like that. Yeah. 20, they're gonna make 2050. Yeah. Honestly feels like minimum wage in 2025. It's not bad, but the work, I'm telling you, like the work you do and the conditions and you know, like I'd probably get, I want to say, a 20-minute break in a whole, I worked for 10 hours today, for like 9.5 hours. I probably took a 20-minute break. UPS, damn, UPS, they pay like what, $40? Oh, you were a driver helper. Okay, not a driver. So I know the drivers make good money. So what was the driver doing if you were delivering a package? They were just driving? That's stupid. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. I wish. I heard it's hot in those vans though. I don't know if they have AC in there. It probably doesn't work because the doors are wide open, so I feel bad for them sometimes.
These low Earth orbiting satellites orbit around, and then the Earth rotates underneath them. By the time the satellite comes around again, Florida is now gone. The Earth only geosynchronous satellite. So you edit in this, you see.
You did it around winter, yeah. I mean, the good part about this is sometimes people like they keep out snacks and like water and stuff. I'll be eating those up, so that's good. Other than that, it's yeah. Winter was like what, 70, 70, 65. It's crazy. What do you mean they put out? Netflix put out some videos. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I get good stuff. Like there's these peanuts. This house always has out some like peanuts and stuff on my route. I be eating them. It's like the planters. They're pretty good. And they're usually just like a bag of chips or something. One time I got beef jerky, like some good premium beef jerky, which is crazy because I could have sworn a bag of those were like $10. I was like, okay, I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah. Body armor. Yeah. Yeah, nah.
See this really fine scale resolution, and that fine scale resolution is from the low
How much should
Earth
they pay you
orbiting
to be a driver
satellite,
helper?
and that coarse large scale resolution is from the geosynchronous satellite. So you can combine these
And I
two
don't like UPS. They have to they have to lift some heavy ass packages too. Like Amazon, the most like the heaviest you probably get is probably about 50 pounds. But usually it's not even 50 pounds. So I can't imagine UPS. I know they be ordering some. I don't know if there's a limit, but they be getting some heavy ass stuff. Yeah, Amazon the most is like 50 pounds. Packages can't be heavier than 50. Yeah, nah. Because I remember I used to work in a FedEx warehouse. This was when I was in like high school. And we used to like have 100-pound packages come through the trucks at FedEx warehouse when I was in high school. And then we'd have, tires like I'm not talking about regular car tires, I'm talking about like tractor tires come in. Them things was heavy. I was like, damn. I did that for I think 4 months and I was like, I'm gone, bro. Y'all got it. Then I moved to Texas. That's when I was in Georgia. I did that for like I don't even think it was 4 months. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gone. Y'all got it. Mm-mm.
satellite systems to get both really fine scale detail and large scale detail. Now, why don't we just use like a ton of low Earth orbiting satellites? Well, because these low Earth orbiting satellites orbit around and then the Earth rotates underneath them, by the time the satellite comes around again, Florida is now gone and it's going to go over Alabama instead. And so, if you want to monitor what's happening in Florida all the time, you would need a huge number of satellites going around, basically in different local times of.
Yeah, the dolly. Yeah, we have dollies, but obviously we don't need it. 50-pound stuff, but no one uses it. Even the box truck drivers, like the little bigger trucks. Yeah, I've been to some, man. Look, I was in Humble, Texas. It was down by Houston when I lived in around Houston. I didn't know they had the fancy houses in Humble, Texas. Like these weren't even like Trump. Like these were like, it was a lot of Indian residents, but their houses were like huge, bro. Like I'm talking about I'm not like these are not huge. Like these are mansions, bro. Like I'm talking about mansions. Like not you got big houses and then you got mansions. Like these were mansions, bro. In Grand Prairie, yeah. I remember I took a photo of one of them. I don't have my phone with me. I took a photo of one of them and I sent to my friend. I was like, holy cow. Like, that's crazy. I want to know what they do, man. Like, what they do for work. Probably something in tech. Or, multiple streams of income. Owning a couple gas stations and shit. So I was like, damn. That's crazy. It must be nice. I'm talking about like, bro, like it blew my mind. Like I want to know how many rooms are in there because it's not even like, and you didn't see a lot of cars. Like these motherfuckers had 2 cars in the driveway, like 2 cars. So if your house is that big and you have 2 cars, how many people are in there? Hey, yeah, we gonna get it one day, man. One day.
Of ascending nodes so you could measure it over and over and
Yeah,
over
they were
again. And it's not necessarily
a lot of times in
worthwhile
those
to
nice
put
houses. They're
that
usually decent,
many weather
decent human
satellites in
beings.
orbit.
At least they act like
More
it.
details about geosynchronous orbit. If it is sitting in the
Offering you
equatorial
water
plane,
and stuff.
basically with a
Yeah.
0-degree inclination, it stays over a fixed spot. But that fixed spot is actually on the equator. And it doesn't.
The worst is when you go to terrible fucking neighborhoods and they want to say they didn't get their packages. Like, come on, bro. And then I get penalized for that shit. The big houses usually left stuff for me. Like when you go to the bad neighborhoods and you deliver and we get penalized, they'll be like, oh, they didn't receive their packages. It's like, bro, it's not my fault somebody took your stuff, you know? I left the body door and I took my picture. At that point, it's not my fault. Whatever happens after that, that's on you. You need to come out and get your packages a little faster or something. I don't know. Buy a Ring camera, call the cops, do something. But once I deliver and take that picture, it's not on me. That's on you. Dogs, yep. I got a whole dog spray, bro. I can't find it. It's a can like that big. I got a dog spray. I think it's dog pepper spray. It's called Halt. I got two of those in my. I keep two of those in my vest. Nah, them dogs is crazy. Especially when I was in Aldine, Texas, those dogs were crazy. I'm talking about. They just have dogs running around everywhere for no reason. I got two of these right here. This thing right here. I keep two of them in my vest. I haven't needed them ever since I came to Dallas though. I haven't needed one at all. Man, it'd be the small ones that are that would like bite you. Like you won't. I don't ever run away from the small ones, but like they're the ones that will actually like nibble, like try to scratch you or bite you or something. Like the little chihuahuas or little poodles or not poodles. I forget what they're called. Like the long dog, the wiener dogs. Those. I hate those. So it would be like Cujo. Yeah.
Doesn't really move much with respect to the Earth, but you can play with the orbits and have them do interesting things. You could make this orbit so it's tilted, so it actually has an inclination, and you can see that we've inclined that orbit around 40 degrees or so, and so it actually tilts up. Why would you want to do that? Well, if you want to go off the equator,
He's friendly.
you
He
actually
don't
want to
bite.
see like the northern parts of the United States or Canada
I'm not trying to find
or
out.
Russia.
But that's the thing about it though. If we see dogs, like we can just open our app and be like unable to deliver, unsafe due to dog, and I just go on my day. Take the package back to the station. They get it next week or they get it tomorrow, and somebody else is there. Yeah, like we didn't have to deliver. That's a good thing about it.
Or Greenland, for example, then you need to go to higher latitudes, because if you're at the equator,
Yeah, y'all had to. I had to fight through it. Y'all figure it out. That's what UPS said. Yeah. I've seen videos of Amazon too and dogs, but like we have the choice not to do it. Some people be trying to be heroes and stuff. Like me, I see a dog, I'm not going. I don't care how big it is or small. I'm not doing it. I'm not finna. I'm not. You know. If you know you're getting a delivery, put your dog up or secure it somewhere. Otherwise, you can get your package tomorrow.
you can't necessarily see those locations, but if you incline yourself a bit, incline the orbit, you can actually see to those high latitudes. The next thing that you can do is you can make it so the orbit is eccentric, so it basically is longer on one side and shorter on the other. What does that do? Well, so it makes it so you go really fast when you go close to the Earth and really slow when you go far away from the Earth. Satellites sometimes really fast when you go close side and latitudes. The next thing that you can do is you can make it so the orbit is eccentric, so it basically is longer on one side and shorter on the other. What does that do? Well, so it makes it so
That's the teddy bear. Come on, man. Oh, Yes, sir. This guy, he's tall too, bro. I'm probably like 4 feet, 5 feet. I'm not 5 feet sitting down. I'm probably like, I don't know, 4'11" sitting down maybe. He's tall. It's a 4 foot bear. Come on. Hey. Who needs to pay bills? Yeah. Just sit there and do nothing all day. I'll be leaving the TV on for him though when I go out.
You go really fast when you go close to the Earth and really slow when you go far away from the Earth. Satellites sometimes combine this inclination, tilting of the orbit, and this eccentric orbit to do interesting things. Sirius XM radio is satellite radio. And what the Sirius XM radio satellites do is that there are 3 of them, and they are in geosynchronous orbits, but they are highly elliptical orbits, and they are inclined. So they go up to Canada, and then they go down.
He'll be all right. Ain't got nothing going on. He sleeps on the floor when I'm sleeping. That's my bed. When it's time to turn the lights off, I put it on the floor. Like the rest of the pillows I don't need. He'll be all right. Beggars can't be choosers. When he starts paying rent, he can complain. Otherwise, you need to just go with it.
To, South America, south of South America, actually. And what happens is that they zip around South America very quickly, and then they come up over the United States, and they hang above the United States for long periods of time, and then come back and zip around South America again, and what happens is
okay, but
and they are in quantity of them.
Well, I've only fixed my cars. Like I don't try to mess with people's cars. My car and my mom's car. Like I do. I mean, everything you need is on YouTube for the most part. So I can do those, but I don't try to go fix people's stuff. If I want to start a business, then that's the scariest part for me. It's like, what if I break somebody else's car? I can't just be like, okay, I'll just run away. Like, obviously doing basic stuff, I'm not gonna break anything. Like changing, I do my own oil changes, spark plugs, all that. I changed my own struts on my last Camry. I did my struts, lower control arms. I'm about to do a transmission fluid. I'm about to change the oil, transmission oil on my mom's Mercedes. So $50 for breaking your car, they might not want to pay, and they're gonna try to get me to pay for their car. I'm gonna just take off and just like say, text them, be like, yeah, I got chased by a dog or something. I can't come back there. I'm sorry. I don't even know how to spell doesn't. How do you spell synchronous? Doesn't. That's how you spell doesn't, isn't it? Oh, it's because I didn't put a apostrophe. Doesn't the eccentricity of the orbit effect. That's not what I want to ask. That's not eccentricity. Make it go slower and faster at certain points. So how does it remain locked on? God damn it. It was like that before I came. Yeah, that's probably how I'd play it. I'd be like, yeah, so I noticed after I break, I'd be like, I noticed your your cylinder head, your ignition coil was broken when I was changing the spark plug. You might want to, it's like $100 to change it. And they send me extra $100 and I go buy it and fix what I broke. Yeah. That could could cause a misfire on cylinder 2. Might want to, handle that while I'm here. They wouldn't know, bro. They won't know. That's the thing. They would not know. Except they were right there watching me while I was working. Like they were right there looking like this. Oh yeah, so what's that? What's like, bro? They probably upstairs watching TV while I'm downstairs, in the garage working. They wouldn't know. So it'll be alright. How does it remain fixed on a position? Oh, so geosynchronous and geostationary are two different things. Yeah. I'm an idiot. Yeah, they probably do. Like shops already charge you more anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like usually if you go to a shop, because they got overhead costs they got to cover. So they probably already charging you more off the bat. I remember I went to, bro, like when I first moved to Texas, I went to a shop to just, I forgot what it was. I bought like a 2008 Camry. So I went to the shop to go do a oil I mean, not an oil change. They did my spark plugs, and this is when I pretty much knew nothing about cars. I had no tools, no nothing. They broke my ignition core, bro. Luckily, I was right there watching. So it was like, I forgot what it was. It was Jiffy Lube. Yeah, Jiffy Lube. Don't take your car to Jiffy Lube to go. Like, go there for an oil change. That's it. Well, even then, like, you should be doing your own oil change because you don't know what these people do to your car. So they broke I think it was my ignition core connector. It was supposed to take me 15 minutes. I ended up being there for like 2 hours watching this guy fix it. And they paid for it too. I was not about to leave there with, no car. I just bought that car. Remember, that was my second car that I ever bought. That thing was $5,000. Oh, it lasted me like 2 years though. And it still didn't break. I sold it for $3,000. Yeah. So it was good. It was a good deal. I don't know. I only do cash cars. I don't like bills and debt notes. Yeah. Hey, yeah. My car is mine. I drive everywhere. Like it's my lifeline. I need it. Can't let it break. That's what mainly got me to start like working on my own car and stuff. I can't let it break. I used to drive an hour to work. I think I told you that last time you were here. Yeah. And my school is 25 minutes away from me. So I gotta drive to school every day also. So yeah. Rather save, yeah. Don't. If you're when you're gonna buy a car, don't. I don't know. Try to find a good one that you can pay cash for. I don't like doing car notes. I don't know. If you got the money and a stable income and the job for it, I guess it's not a bad, it's not a bad thing. But I'd rather get a used car. Rebuilt cars. I saw a 2019 Hyundai Sonata rebuilt title with 77,000 miles. That thing was, I think, $8,000. Like, that's a great deal. I don't know what's wrong with it, but $8,000 2019 Sonata. Yeah, you got the credit. It's not necessarily credit. I just don't like paying like a fixed amount every month. Like that just I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like paying anything any month. Like the only fixed monthly payment I should have will be like, rent, like a gym membership. Other than that, I don't like I'm just weird, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. My insurance is like 120, 130 a month. So I know. And I don't know. Well, I guess it's because the car is registered in my name. If I registered in my mom's name, it would have probably been cheaper. So yeah, 200. It's probably because it was in your name. If you find a family member who's older, who has a good driving record, but then again, you got to put the car in their name though. That's the thing. But if you got someone you can trust, yeah. I tried to find a better quote. It wasn't happening. Well, 130 is not that bad, especially since,
And they are.
what car you want? Man, don't say anything crazy. It's gonna say a 5 liter Mustang TRX. What do you want? Scat Pack? Man, you're lying, bro. I thought you were gonna say something crazy. I thought you were gonna say something crazy. Sonata's not that bad. Yeah. I never had. I don't know. I never. All my cars have been Toyotas. Oh, my first car was a. I paid $3,000 for a Nissan Sentra, my first ever car out of high school. This was like I think 5 years ago or something. No, no, not 5 years ago. Yeah, I bought it in 2020. So yeah, 5 years ago. It was a 2009, bro. It was a 2009 Nissan Sentra. It broke in a year on the highway. Just left me stranded. I thought you were gonna say something crazy, bro. Like a Scat Pack or I don't know. Because every time somebody says they like I don't even know what my dream car is. Like well not your dream car, but like the car you wanted to get. I don't know. What you mean, man? No, 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 no. Nah. I just thought you were gonna say something crazy because you were in here saying, you know, crazy stuff last time. Yeah, like I said, I don't even know what my dream car is. I'd probably have to think about it. Yeah. Is it nice inside? I remember my mom had a stepdad had a 2018 Sonata before. It was decent. Let me see how it looks inside. The body still looks well now. They changed the body. Oh, that's different. Is it a hybrid? Is it the hybrid one? This guy? That looks a lot different from the 2018 on the outside. That looks a lot cleaner on the outside. The back looks the same though, kinda. That's the 2023-ish version. I'm trying to see the interior. Yeah, it's nice. That's nice. That's nice. The Elantra, it looks like it's a little smaller. I'm guessing it's a smaller car. It's like the Sentra to the Ultima or some shit. Next year. No? Oh no. Yeah. Oh, okay. Honestly, if I just wanted to buy a car, I'd probably like get. I wanted like a Tesla, bro. I don't know why. Like the little Teslas, not the SUVs, but like the smaller Teslas. They look good inside. Like I don't know what it's called. I think it's the model, like the sedan Teslas. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, like this, like something like this. Like inside is super clean, bro. Like just look at that. So simple, but like it's one big ass screen and a steering wheel. That's it. They ruined their reputation. Yeah. Yeah. It's super simple on the inside, and they got the big, like super big windshield. Get that all tinted out, you'll be perfect. Yeah.
Are in geosynchronous orbits, but they are highly
Yeah, but they got cameras on the outside though, so you know. Like I think if someone even touches the car, like it turns on and starts recording. It's just crazy. If somebody just walks by your car, it records them. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you're right. Hey, you need to handle your own business then. You need to go handle your own business. Yeah. I remember I saw there was they caught this dude who he spray painted a Tesla. They caught him red-handed because that thing just recorded him the whole time. Let's see if I can find that video. They arrested him, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, they caught him red-handed. Dream car be a plane. It's expensive ass car, man. You can't get a 1950 Cessna, a 1950 Cessna for like 60K. I wouldn't say it decreases it. If you get a good plane, sure, if you're able to find one, but the initial cost of a plane is just expensive. And you're talking about like ancient technology. You're not getting a 2025, like you're getting a 1960, 1950. If you try to get a 2025 Cessna 172, you're probably looking at like $800,000, bro. So good luck there. Or maybe, yeah, I think so. Try to build a plane. Good luck there too, man. You're gonna fall out the sky. You might want to start picking up them books, start studying aerodynamics and fluid dynamics and you know stuff like that. Good luck. Nah, I'm not. I'm good. I'm gonna let you go first. And if you come back safely, I might consider. That thing's gonna fall out the sky, bro. Mm-mm. I'll let you go first. Solo, initial solo. Yeah, that's fine. I'll sign you off. I'll sign you off on that solo. You'll be all right. You can solo your own plane first. Make sure everything's working. Oh,
Elliptical orbits, and
I got a bunch of airports around Dallas. You don't even have to go far. Maybe like a 10-minute flight, something quick.
they are inclined. So they go up to Canada and then they go down to, South America, south of South America, actually. And what happens is that they zip around South America very quickly and then they come up over the United States and they hang above the United States for long periods of time and then come back and zip around South America again and then hang above the United States. And so you can get really good coverage with two satellites. They have three, one is a spare. If it was at the equatorial plane, it would have further to travel to get to us, and so it wouldn't hang there as well. The signals would not be as good. With the elliptical orbit like this, you can have an antenna that's pointed upwards, and so it's a better setup for a car. So in summary, there are a lot of different types of orbits. Low Earth orbit is below about 2,000 kilometers altitude, and most satellites are sitting there. The inclination of the orbit tells you the maximum north and the minimum south latitude that you go to. Polar orbits are 90-degree inclination and they pass over the poles, and they're useful because they give you coverage of the entire globe. Satellites orbit in local time, with the Earth rotating underneath them. Geosynchronous satellites have an orbital period that is exactly equal to the rotational period of the Earth, and that allows them to stay over a fixed location, roughly a fixed location on the Earth constantly. And then you can incline those geosynchronous orbits and you can make them elliptical, and that allows you to sort of hover over a spot that's not at the equator, so you can get good coverage at that location.
Hmm.
What we wanted to do is demonstrate that orbits are on a plane. And so when a satellite is going around the Earth like this, the satellites move around this orbit plane. And they go around this orbit plane once every 90 minutes. And then underneath this orbit plane, the Earth is actually rotating. And so the Earth rotates around underneath the orbit plane. So we're going to spin the world up here. Parker will spin it up. And then the orbit happens like that as the Earth is spinning. And the Earth is spinning a little too fast here because it's impossible for us to go as slow as it needs to go. But the orbit is going about 90 minutes. It takes about 90 minutes to go around, while the Earth takes 24 hours to go all the way around. So the Earth is rotating very slowly while the orbit is moving very fast. So the next thing that we want to demonstrate is a thing called inclination. So we've talked about inclination in one of our lessons, but here's a demonstration of the inclination. If a satellite is orbiting over the poles, it has an inclination of 90 degrees. And so the satellite is orbiting like this over the poles. All right. If something has an equatorial inclination, that's an inclination of 0 degrees, it's orbiting like this. And then if something has an inclination of, say, 45 degrees, it's orbiting like this. All right. There are interesting inclinations. So one inclination, which is very interesting, is if it is actually orbiting not at 90 degrees like this, but maybe a little bit more than 90 degrees. So instead of like 45 degrees like this, it could be 45 degrees like that, which is opposite. And it's actually orbiting against the rotation of the Earth. And that's called a retrograde orbit. And so there are a lot of orbits that are around 97 degrees inclination. So instead of being like polar like that, it's just a little bit off of polar, just a little bit to the left of polar, if you will. So 97 degrees inclination like that. And that's really interesting because of sun synchronous orbits, which we will talk about in a different lesson. So let's talk a little bit about precession. So precession is basically that if a satellite is going around like this, it's in an orbit plane, and it's moving around the Earth like this orbit plane doesn't stay still. It wobbles, like a top wobbles, which means that it, instead of staying like this, just like this, it actually moves around like that. And that moving around doesn't take place over, the course of a day or two. This takes place over weeks. And so as the satellite is moving around like this, the orbit plane is actually rotating around too. And that rate of rotation depends on the inclination of the satellite. So if it is perfectly polar, then it doesn't precess at all. It stays like this the entire time. But as it becomes lower inclination, it rotates around the Earth like that.
Like I dealt with this in
spinning around.
Gyroscopic precession or some shit. Talking about avionics. Right, the left turning tendencies in the airplane. Orbital precession. Bro, I don't know how to spell, bro. This guy. Okay, no. I say interesting. You paying attention, man?
The entire time. And this takes place once again over the course of weeks.
When you start flying, there you go. It's one of your left turning tendencies right there. Gyroscopic precession, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't even remember what the four are. There's gyroscopic precession, torque effects, shit, I don't know. P factor and something else. Left turning tendencies. P factor, gyroscopic precession, torque effect, and spiraling slipstream, which is just drag from the wind tip vortices, I think. Yeah. There you go. You need to know those when you start flying. OVD.
Weeks. Then, if it's lower, even lower inclination, it rotates even faster. Okay, it precesses even faster. This orbit plane rotates around even faster. And then if it's equatorial, then it really doesn't have any precession at all because it is just in 0 degrees inclination. Okay, So the inclination of the orbit plane determines the precession rate. The inclination is 90 degrees when we're polar, and it's 0 degrees when we're equatorial. You can go slightly more than that, and it's really interesting because the precession is the opposite direction when it's over 90 degrees, and we'll talk about that when we talk about sun-synchronous orbits.
Hohmann transfer windows.
Let's talk about how satellites actually go from one orbit to another orbit. Let's say that you have a satellite that's sitting at low Earth orbit, but you want to go up to geosynchronous orbit. You need some way of actually doing that. And there is a thing called a Hohmann transfer, which allows you to move from one orbit to another in an easy way. Hohmann transfers use what's called an elliptical orbit, which we've talked about, where one part of the orbit is close to the Earth and one part of the orbit is far away from the Earth. And you can basically use the property of an elliptical orbit to go from, say, a low Earth orbit to a high Earth orbit, or a geosynchronous orbit, if you will. And the way that you do that is you go from a circular orbit, and then you have to accelerate to an elliptical orbit. And then instead of falling back down towards the Earth, you accelerate a little bit more when you reach that apogee, and then you stay on the circular orbit. Now, the interesting thing is that you can do exactly the same maneuver, which allows you to move one orbit to another orbit. Let's say that you have a satellite that's sitting at low Earth orbit, but you want to go up to geosynchronous orbit. You need some way of actually doing that. And there
orbital centricity. That's here. All right.
is a thing called a Hohmann transfer, which allows you to move from one orbit to another in an easy way. Hohmann transfers use what's called an elliptical orbit, which we've talked about, where one part of the orbit is close to the Earth and one part of the orbit is far away from the Earth. And you can basically use the property of an elliptical orbit to go from, say, a low Earth orbit to a high Earth orbit, or a geosynchronous orbit, if you will. And the way that you do that is you go from
on a circular orbit, accelerate to get on an elliptical orbit into apogee, and accelerate at apogee. Apogee, is it perigee or perigee? Perigee. Perigee, apogee. And circular orbit. That makes sense. Okay. Apoapsis and periapsis. Perigee. And when you're at apogee, you accelerate to expand the orbit. Accelerate at perigee. To get an elliptical orbit. Then you accelerate at apogee. I don't want to try this in Kerbal Space Program, but I can never get anything to work in that game because I don't know what I'm doing.
A circular orbit, and then you have to accelerate to an elliptical orbit. And then instead of falling back down towards the Earth, you accelerate a little bit more when you reach that apogee, and then you stay on the circular orbit. Now, the interesting thing is that
I used to play games heavy. I was a Counter-Strike guy. And then I don't know why I bought a Series X though. I barely use it. Like I used to buy Madden and 2K like every year, but then they just started making the same game. Hey, you don't know what Counter-Strike is? CS:GO? CS2? No. Yeah, I was a Counter-Strike guy. That was pretty nice actually. I used to go crazy. At my highest, this was back before they started Premiere and stuff. I think I was LE. That's the highest rank I've ever been. Legendary Eagle. This was like 2.5 years ago though. I probably stopped playing games in general. Like, it started dying off like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I stopped really playing games. I have one game on my system now. This guy, Kerbal Space Program. Yeah. Mm-mm.
you can do exactly the same maneuver, but to go from a high orbit.
What you be playing? On PC or on? Single player stuff? Yeah, I play story games too. Like on my Xbox, Osu. I've heard that game before. I don't know what it's about though. I thought it was a card game. Isn't it like a card game? No. It has something to do with like Asia, right? Rhythm? That's a rhythm game. I don't know what that is. No? I've heard that game before. I know what that is. I just don't know what it's about. I don't know what a rhythm game is. Circles? Rhythm games. Oh, so it's like Guitar Hero. No? Like, or Just Dance? No? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. But you aim and click circles. Yeah. Yeah, I played Overwatch. I was never good at. I was actually pretty nice at Paladins, bro. I got some. Hold on, cause I got some videos on my channel, but they're private, so you can't see them. I used to play Paladins heavy. Yes, I was him on Paladins, bro. I was never an Overwatch guy. I was a Paladins guy. Oh, I don't have a video of it. Damn. No, Paladins was a great game. I used to be a Drogos main. I didn't hear about that. I know they made a battle royale game and it flopped. That was when Fortnite first came out. Yeah, yeah. I tried Overwatch. I don't know. The skill gap was just huge. Like on Paladins, the skill gap wasn't that bad. Like, if you were new, you could be pretty good at it fast. On Overwatch, I tried that shit. I was getting fucking. I tried to play. What's his name? The guy with the pistol. And I tried Genji too. I think that was his name. And it was McCrae. I forgot his name. The guy with the pistol. I don't remember. Cause like I used to play Androxus on Paladins. I play Androxus heavy. Like, this was my main character on Paladins. He was he was essentially McCree. Yes, he was essentially McCree on Paladins. I tried to play McCree in Overwatch, and I was just getting destroyed. I was like, no, I'm good. Yeah. So yep. A Reaper? Is that who I'm thinking of? There was a guy with a revolver in Overwatch. I don't know who that is. No. Oh, he does look like Reaper. Yeah, no, this guy was a pistol. His primary was a single shot, and then his secondary was, a triple shot. Like if you left click, it was a single shot, and if you right click, it was triple shot. And his ultimate was like he'd go up in the air and then start shooting like lasers essentially out of his gun. Super powerful shots. Yeah, game was fun. It was great. Yeah, I mean, Paladins was an exact copy of Overwatch for the most part. Literally the exact same game, just different characters and I'd say more fun. I don't know. I had more fun on Paladins than I had on Overwatch. That's why I kind of stuck to Paladins. Yeah, did it? There's no way Paladins came first. No, Paladins came out in 2018. When did Overwatch? Yeah, Overwatch came out in 2016. There's no way. Yeah, I figured. Ugh.
to a low orbit. You start at a high orbit, say geosynchronous orbit, and then you decelerate, which puts you on an elliptical orbit back down towards Earth. And then once you get to where you want to be at perigee, you slow down again. And so instead of continuing on that elliptical orbit, you slow down and you stay at the circular orbit. If you had a geosynchronous satellite and you wanted to bring it down to low Earth orbit, you would do this type of a maneuver. You would do a home-in transfer. And we don't often do that near Earth. If we wanted to bring something from a higher altitude down to a lower altitude, most of the time that would be to
I remember playing beta on Paladins. When I first started, the game was still in beta. I want to say I probably started in about 2019. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got banned on this. Let me show you this game on my Twitch. I got banned on this game because I was nuts. This was the first game I ever played on my PC. When I had a terrible PC at the time. Let me see if it's still there actually. When I had a terrible PC. I got banned on this game, bro. If I can, I think it deletes it. I don't know. Do I have any games? No, I don't. Damn. Or maybe it's just clips I have. No. Ah, yes, it's just clips. That was just Counter-Strike. 4 years ago. Oh God, I'm scared. I'm scared, bro. Yeah. Look at my potato, bro. What is this? Do I hit a crazy shot or something? No.
Orange speak long, please.
I'm hacking. I am hacking, dude.
No way, bro. Yeah.
I'm hacking.
Bro, they banned me in this game, bro. Because I was actually nuts.
He's reloading on the surgery.
Literally insta-ban. Kicked me. What did I didn't even do anything. I just peeked the door and died.
He's reloading on the surgery.
They wouldn't let me, man.
Yeah, fucking jumper.
Look at me. I'm 9-2.
Fucking jumper. Yeah, fucking jumper.
No way, bro.
Last one was shook.
This game was actually made by the U.S. Army. Fun fact. It was supposed to be a recruitment game. They shut it down.
Not everyone play code, he's a hacker, Peter.
They're calling me a hacker. That's crazy. I wasn't even that good, bro. Yeah. Yeah, this game was made by U.S. Army, literally. It was a recruitment game. There's one person streaming it. The game is dead. Yeah, the game is literally dead. They shut it down. I had fun though. I had over 1,000 hours in that game. I used to play it every day. I was nuts.
You orbit the satellite, and so you would do the first part of the orbital maneuver. So you start off in a high.
It was not. Yeah, the game was designed like COD essentially. Like it was supposed to be COD. So if you played Counter-Strike or COD and you came on there, you were pretty decent. Bro was playing a bootleg Nuketown, yeah.
High circular orbit. You go into an elliptical orbit, and what you do is you have the
Elden Ring? No, I never played Elden Ring. I watched a little bit of it. Yeah. games like that, honestly, I don't really like. It's good. I heard it was good. Yeah, a lot of people played it and like it looked like it was good. But I don't really like to play games that are like dark. Not dark in the sense like the story is dark, but like dark just like the surroundings. Like everything is just like medieval and dark and long ass swords fighting monsters. It's not really my like I'm a GTA type of guy. GTA, Assassin's Creed, uh Ghost Recon. Yeah, but CS isn't dark. Like Counter-Strike is not dark. Elden Ring is like it's just everything's just dark. Like the surroundings are dark. You know? I couldn't do it. Well, not like that kind of dark. It's just like I mean like it just I'm trying to figure out the right word, what the right word is to use. Like it has no color, you know? Like you're exploring like I don't know what it's about, but you're exploring like caves and shit. Like the only game I ever played that was like that and actually finished and enjoyed was The Witcher. Like I played The Witcher 3 and that was a great game. I don't know if it's the same genre or whatever, but if I play it, I'll probably like it. I just never played it. I never really wanted to play it. Yeah. I've heard good things about it though, because it's hard. They don't have a difficulty setting, or people just like to play it on max difficulty. I'm confused. Ah, there's no difficulty. Yeah. Yeah, see, I probably wouldn't like it. I don't like to try too hard on the game. Like when GTA comes out, I'm throwing that thing on easy. There's so cheese build, so it sounds like it'd be fun. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I just play Rust. I don't know if you know what that is. On PC as well. That was a great game.
Perigee, so it's deep in the atmosphere. So the satellite comes into the atmosphere and then it burns up in the atmosphere. This diagram
I love that game.
of circle.
I was in a clan and everything. Just getting raided in the middle of the night. You had to wake up, turn on your PC, go defend your base. It was great. They were calling me on Discords, blowing up. It's like, bro, get online, get online. Yeah. I run to my computer. It's not very beginner friendly. Like everyone just wants to kill you. That's the bad part. It's like playing GTA online when you're like there's level, 1000 and you're like level 3 and you turn it on and people are just shooting you in the middle of the street for no reason. It's kind of like that. Or if you find a good group of friends, it's fun. Man, I'm pre-ordering GTA 6 as soon as the pre-order comes out. Yeah. Well, I have an Xbox, so I'm thinking of just selling the Series X because my guess is they're probably gonna come out with another console before GTA 6 comes out. I think PlayStation already said they're coming out with a PS something. Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that. They increased the prices, yeah. Yeah. And if they come out with another console and the people are just going to like do what they did before, I had to wait like 2 years to get an Xbox, bro. Because I was like, I'm not buying off these resellers. Like they were buying up all the consoles and then they're going to eBay and sell it for like $900, $1,000. I'm like, bro, I'm not buying. I hope they lost all their money too. Because now the prices are kind of back to regular, but they'd buy a console for like $499, go online, sell it for fucking 1,100. I'm like, bro, who's buying that? Except I really need it. I'm not buying it. I'm patient. I don't play that many games. Yeah, I see that. I've seen that for PC too. Like the graphics cards, it's just going for $1,500, $2,000, $4,000 for like a 4080 or something. I don't know. Like Jesus Christ, calm down. Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm patient. I'll wait. I'll wait 2 years before I get a console. That's fine. I finally got mine. I believe. I think I got it from Walmart. It's Walmart. They were having it for retail price. I finally got one.
Ellipse circle is useful all over the place. So if you want to go to low Earth orbit to geosynchronous orbit, you use a Hohmann transfer, and the inner body is the Earth. If you want to go from Earth to Mars, it looks exactly the same. You have Earth's orbit around the sun, you have Mars's orbit around the sun, and you use a Hohmann transfer to go from the Earth to Mars. And you could do this with any planet to planet. You could go from Venus to Earth or Earth to Venus. You could go from Earth to Jupiter, Earth to Pluto, whatever you would like to do, you can use this Hohmann transfer. Interestingly, NASA has put out a little video here which actually shows how to get to Mars from Earth. And it shows exactly this Hohmann transfer. So you start off, the little satellite starts off at Earth, it goes on this elliptical orbit, and then once it gets to Mars, it accelerates up to Mars's speed, so it doesn't fall back towards the Earth in this ellipse, it stays with Mars. Now, if you notice, Earth and Mars have to have a very specific position, and so there's only like a 2 or 3 week window every 2 years in which this happens. So if NASA wants to go to Mars, they have to launch within this window every 2 years. So how
Single player games? Like the last single player game I probably played was I re-downloaded Ghost Recon Wildlands because I wanted to play it. But other than that, I played a lot of Assassin's Creed, GTA, Red Dead Redemption on my Xbox. I don't really play single player games on my PC. What else? Yeah. Probably those. For the most part. Oh, Hitman. I play a lot of Hitman too. It's a decent game. I never actually finished it, which is weird. I never finished any of those games except Red Dead Redemption and GTA. I played Mafia, yeah. I played all of them. LA Noire. I probably played every Rockstar game, honestly. Or every Take-Two game, rather. Yeah, those are great. I never played the first one, actually, now that I think about it. I played the second one and the third one. The one with Lincoln, I think his name is, the black guy. And then the one before that, with the Vito, I think his name is. I played those. I never played the first one. I don't think so. I probably have to play it. It's dated, honestly. But that's the thing, their games hold up well. LA Nowhere still looks decent. Something I probably still play, replay. As a detective, that was a fun game. Yeah, they all got remastered. I want to play GTA 4, bro. They need to. Yeah, I think they remastered GTA 4, right? I heard it wasn't good. Something was wrong with it. Or was that San Andreas? I think they remastered both of them, and something was wrong with it. No, I need to replay GTA 4. That was a good game. There's a mod to make it look better. Yeah, they remastered San Andreas, I believe, and people were like complaining. Apparently, there's something wrong with it, so I never actually played it. Yeah, that's probably the best GTA till date, honestly. Yeah, GTA is great. GTA 4 is great. After you finish it, and they have the 2 extra stories you can play as well. The Ballad of Gay Tony and then Lost and Damned. Those are pretty good too.
How long does a home and transfer take? Well, you can sort of guesstimate how long it takes. You can approximate it by basically saying, like, Earth has a 1 year period, Mars has a 2 year period. If you average those, it's about 1.5 years, which is about 18 months. And then because you're only going half the elliptical orbit, you divide that by 2, and that's roughly 9 months, which is pretty close to the answer. But in reality, you can calculate it using the real equations, which you use the semi-major axis, or SMA. And the semi-major axis is the apogee plus the perigee divided by 2. So the apogee in this case is the Sun-Mars distance. The perigee is the Sun-Earth distance. You divide that by 2 and you get the semi-major axis. And then you use this formula, pi times the square root of the semi-major axis cubed divided by the mu of the sun. And that tells you that it's about an 8-month trip to get to Mars. So in summary, home and transfers allow you that it's about
I feel like that's derived from. Is that derived from Kepler's third? No. Because Kepler's third is a cubed is equal to 4 over 4 pi over g, I think. Times. Yeah. What's his name again? Shit, I forgot. Hold on. It wasn't. No. He was like a Romanian or something, right? Oh, it's Nico Scaletta, some shit like that. Or Italian, I guess. And then his best friend Roman. That was great. Like the physics in that game was pretty good too. It was like excessive. If you like trip over, oh yeah, his cousin, not his best friend, yeah. If you like trip over something, you'd ragdoll. Like, yeah. And I remember it. I still remember how it ended. Yeah. At that little, I think it was a water tank or something at the ending. I don't know if you finished it. Yeah, there was 2 different endings, yeah. It's been a while since I played it. That's why. It's been a while. That's probably the first game I had on my I think it was on 360 I played it. Yeah. Who's Kate? I don't remember Kate. Who is Kate? I don't remember Kate. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember. I have to look it up. Yeah. I need to replay that game. I could probably get it on my PC. Because it's been a while. But the thing I don't like about Rockstar is like they make the characters so good in the game before. Like they'd make the characters super like tough and super, and then they go into GTA 5 and they just like completely home. Like bro was begging Trevor in GTA 5 to stop being with his girlfriend. I'm like, bro, she's in GTA 5 too. Yeah. Oh yeah, how they did I forgot his name. The guy from Lost and Damned. I think his name was Tommy or something. GTA 4 Lost and Damned. Yeah, that guy was supposedly a badass, you know. They just stomped his head out and he didn't do nothing about it. Yeah. I don't know if the GTA 5 characters are going to be in GTA 6. We'll see. Probably not.
About an 8-month trip to get to Mars. So in summary, Hohmann transfers allow us to change orbits from one circular orbit to another circular orbit. And you can either go
You gotta
up
stop seeing
or
my
you can
girl,
go down.
man.
You can
I love her.
go from Earth to Mars or Mars to Earth, geosynchronous to low Earth orbit or low Earth
Oh,
orbit to
shit.
geosynchronous.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You use
That
the
was
same
crazy.
type of technique, this Hohmann transfer. We can apply this to all sorts of orbit transfers, either near Earth or in planetary environments. They all use this Hohmann transfer.
See, another dark game. It's called Dark Souls. That's why I'd never play it. Yeah. Try it because of a meme? What meme?
Planetary environments. They all use this Hohmann transfer.
Alright, I'm done with this for now. On what? In YouTube chat? I don't see anything. Where'd you send it? Dark Souls screen. Is it this? Oh, this game look like 40 years old. What the heck? When did this come out? I've never seen this, no. I've heard of Dark Souls, I just never. Yeah. Did you ever play Fable? I remember playing Fable. Fable 1, 2, and 3. It was great. Yeah, that was my favorite game for a long time. Fable. It was great. Oh, I saw, yeah, the new Fable. Hopefully it's good, man. That's another thing. I think isn't it next year it's coming out? No? Hopefully it's good. I hope it's good. Yeah. It has to be good. This year? Hold on. I might need to buy that then. Is it Fable 4? Yeah, no, it got delayed. I figured. So I remember seeing something that. Oh, it's developed by Microsoft. So it's probably going to be on Game Pass then. Or published by Microsoft. Yeah, it was delayed to 2026. Oh, it's an Xbox game. I didn't know that. Yeah. I hope they don't ruin it. My favorite was Fable 2. There's a trailer? I never saw this. I mean, it looks oddly similar to Hogwarts Legacy. I don't like that. I mean, I guess it has to look like that. Yeah, Fable 2 was great. It was too short. And then Fable 3, they like completely diverted from the like he became a king So I guess it was a whole different, like, completely different story. Yeah. I remember Fable, like Chicken Chaser. That was great. You could kick chickens in that game. Yeah. And they brought like angels and devil stuff, and like if you were a good king, and then you'd be an angel at the end, and you gotta figure out how to save everybody by raising enough money. I don't really remember what happened in Fable 1. So. Can you kick chickens? They're gonna let you kick chickens. Okay. That's fair. Fair enough. Fair enough. I remember kicking those chickens in Fable 2. You fight Jack of Blades. Yeah. Trying to get a sword. You know, I'm actually confused why they took out. I don't think in Fable 3 we didn't have the lightning powers, did we? Like you know how they had, I forgot, in Fable 2 there was like, I think there was 4 of them. They had the fire one, the lightning one, and something else. I remember you could strike people with like lightning and stuff. I don't think that was in Fable 3, if I remember correctly. You had it in Fable 3, the lightning? Oh yeah, you did, maybe. I don't remember. I know you definitely had the fire one, and then you had the swords, like you could summon swords or something. Yeah, I don't know. It was low. Oh shit, I clicked out. Damn. What do you mean, oh, of course? I'm dead, bro. Hold on. Time out. I don't get this game, bro. I'm following the purple, right? Bro, they're trolling me. They're trolling me. I've done this before. I don't understand what I'm doing. just trying to get to orbit, bro. I'm confused. I'll just get to orbit myself, bro. Whatever. I don't need you. Where am I? I'm just supposed to fly east. That's it. Bro, I'm out of control. It's over. We're gonna end up like Starship. I don't know what I'm doing, bro. That's why I don't play this game. It's supposed to be realistic too. It's over. Are we just gonna be suborbital? Can we actually orbit the Earth? Where's my tax money going? Down the drain. It's all good. We can just print more money. I still got a bunch of fuel. I'm good. We can actually orbit. Yeah. We might be able to actually orbit. Hold on. What's the orbital velocity on Kerman? Yeah, we're actually gonna orbit. What the hell? Are you trying to tell me I don't know what I'm doing, bro? Come on. If this circle goes around, that means we're orbiting the Earth. I think that's how it works. On a basic level. Almost there. Almost there. No! We ran out of fuel. We were right there, bro. No! No, bro. We just needed to cover that a little bit. It'd be a perfect orbit. When we reach orbit, we just orbit, man. Nothing. It just means we're not gonna fall back to the Earth, you know? When you well, if we have a payload, you know, we'd release it, but we don't have anything. So now we're just orbiting for fun, you know? How do I warp time? For fun, yeah. Space is for fun, dude. No real work actually gets done up there. They just go there for fun so they can float or simulate floating. The astronauts don't do work up there. They just have fun. Waste tax money. That's what they do up there. make YouTube videos telling you about how they eat cereal in space and how they brush their teeth, how they work out. And then they say they're researching stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Alright, well. That didn't work. Nah, it's just me in this galaxy. There's nothing out here. There's the sun, though. Moho. It's supposed to be Mars? Oh my god. If I knew how to play the game, yes, I would make it that far. It's possible. It is, like, actually pretty cool for people who know how to play it. I don't know how to play this shit. Like people do, like, let me show you. Like, they do whole missions on this shit. Like, there's people who are genuinely good at the game, I guess.
We're Charity Water. If we lost you at Charity, we get it.
Like, look at this. This guy has a whole mission on the game. Going to Saturn. He has, like, reusable boosters and stuff. Interplanetary spacecrafts. Yeah. So essentially a real life launch in the game. It's pretty cool if you know how to play the game. It's a lot of math. Like, it's supposed to be real. That's the whole point. Better than SpaceX. Except SpaceX does it in real life. Not on freaking Kerbal Space Program. Like, look at this guy. Just landed a booster. There you go. Just like SpaceX does. He actually made it to orbit. Made it to Saturn. Yes. He built the ISS, something that looks like it. Not really, it's just space is cool if you know what you're doing. One day I'll figure it out. Made it to another planet and then came back to Earth. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's probably bedtime now. My turn? Hell no. I can't even get to orbit, man. Like, if he's SpaceX, I'm like Blue Origin. Ask Chat GPT. It's not gonna help. It's like, it's the controls that are weird. If that guy is SpaceX, I'm probably like, I don't know, some startup, something, who can't even get to orbit without exploding. Like, that was supposed to be a tutorial. No, it is the controls. Like, what was I doing wrong? I built the spacecraft. Literally, I built the spacecraft. And then, like, see, I built the spacecraft on the last module, whatever. They showed me how to build it. We're supposed to launch and point east. Like, you're just supposed to follow the purple, essentially. Which I was doing. Just pitching down. Guess it's because I was deviating to the left. Oh, flaps. You don't have flaps on here. Oh, okay, Starship, calm down. Aviate, navigate, communicate. That only applies to Earth's atmosphere. Well, I mean, astronauts don't even fly the rockets, technically. It's all computers. I think. They just monitor. Oh, it was the solid boosters when I let them go. I guess the atmosphere was too hot for them. They exploded. But they were empty anyways, so it's fine. We don't do reusability like SpaceX over here. And this is a tutorial as well. I wish we can get American units. Because what's a kilometer, man? I don't know what that is. No, I'm just kidding. This is a one-way trip? No, it's not. Watch, I'm gonna... Oh, I don't think it'll let me because I'd be out of... I don't think it's gonna let me re-enter. We're gonna land back on Earth. Watch. If it doesn't end. 70,000 meters. If we turn the engines back on. Yeah. And then clear out so you can roll ahead through time more quickly. Alright. Max Q. Ignition, booster pressure is nominal. Hold on. Stage separation confirmed. Approaching apoapsis. Hold on. There you go. I got you, man. And when we get there, I'll make another call out. We're getting ready to start our retrograde. Is it called retrograde or prograde burn or something? I don't know. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, no, it's a prograde burn. There you go. We're getting ready to. Which one is the prograde marker, you dipshit? Oops. This guy. There you go. All right. About to start the prograde burn. Throttle up. There you go. You're officially in orbit. Good job. All right. There you go. Well, the Earth rotates west to east, so 90. So we're going east right now. Yeah. Okay. There you go, man. We're in space. He is scared. Here you go. We're orbiting the Earth. See? It's a perfect circle. Good job, mister. My co-pilot was very helpful. You want to try to re-enter? I know for re-entry, see, this is where I come in, right? As a rocket scientist, this is where I come in. We have to turn the opposite of east, so we have to turn west, right? Which is 270 degrees. And then we have to start a retrograde burn. So burn in the other direction to reduce our orbit so we can finally re-enter Earth's atmosphere, right? So let's do that, right? So if I just turn the 270 degrees, if I can find it. Hold on. Wait. Okay. That's 135. That's 180. That's 270. So that's our retrograde burn, right? And if we fire up our engines, this circle should get smaller, I think. So here we go. Let's try it. Hey, come on, huh? Tell me I'm not a rocket scientist, bro. There you go. Do that till. All right. Keep coming. We're good. Okay. So about right there. And after we run out of liquid oxygen, we go ahead and separate this stage right here, right? Where's the Earth? I lost the Earth. What the hell? Okay, we're out of fuel. So we can go ahead and do stage separation. And eventually, we're just going to re-enter the atmosphere right there. So we just got to wait. About right there. It's going to be night, though, so we're not going to be able to see shit. Can I change the time of the day? No? Damn. No, I can't change the time of the day. We're not going to see the landing, but it's fine. If I don't burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. Anyway, we'll see. Is there a heat shield on this thing? I don't think we have a heat shield. All right. Only took 10 rockets. Yeah. Hey, man. IFR conditions. Except I don't have any IFR equipment. It's just one capsule with no lights and a parachute. That's it. All right. When we enter the atmosphere, I think we need to be facing. Since we're going, Earth's rotating west to east. I think we need to be pointed west. Is that how it works? To block all the heat from the Earth's atmosphere, right? No, maybe. I don't know. Let's try it. If we explode, we explode. Oh, no, there it is. There you go. See, it's working. We're blocking all the heat. We're re-entering the atmosphere. Come on now. All right, let me give you a call. Atmospheric entry confirmed. There you go. Now we just need to keep going till we can. I don't think this is how you do this. We're gonna explode. We're definitely gonna explode. That's too hot. Or a parachute's not gonna work. Something's not gonna work. Alright, we're close to the ground. How do you reduce? It's too hot. Oh, there you go. Alright, 900 meters. There you go. 700 meters. I think we can open our parachute. Our parachute didn't work. Our parachute doesn't work. Oh, it's over. Alright, we're gonna eat the ground. I think the astronauts will survive though, so it's fine. You know? Bruh. No parachute. It burnt. It burnt. It was too hot. It was too hot. Open. Damn. Alright, well. It's still a success, you know? It doesn't matter. We're going... How fast are we going? 257 meters per second into the ground. That's fine. It's not that fast. Astronauts will survive. They might just need surgery after. Hold on. Oh, it opened! It opened! Call me a rocket scientist, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Look at that beautiful touchdown. Come on, man. Come on, man. It'd been better if we landed in the ocean, though. Tell you that. Not on in the middle of nowhere. What continent this is? Just grass. It's probably somewhere in Texas. Because everything's flat. Actually, this isn't flat. Never mind. Landed in North Korea? Yeah, it's over. Look how happy my astronaut is. Are you kidding me? If I can get out of here. Shit. How do I get out of here? There you go. We made it. I'm on the ground. Look at that. Let's go. My astronaut's out. Look at that. You can just walk around. Welcome back to Earth. Yeah. My bad. I'll do better next time. After I learn the lingo, man. I don't know the callouts. She's excited to be back on Earth. A national hero. Miss Valentina Kerman. Yeah, short ass mission. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, let me learn the call outs real quick. Bro.
Harbor Freight, all our hand tools get a lifetime warranty.
She did some research. Oh, well, it's just like the Katy Perry mission, man. Just went to space for no reason.
Go SpaceX, go Starlink.
No, man.
New at 11, a successful SpaceX launch seen across the...
I don't want your news report. I want the actual call-outs. Damn.
3, 2.
No. Can you not get the full video? It's gonna piss me off. I need to get my callouts. I called out Max Q. I know that's one of them.
For a while, I think at least a year. Joining the party. It's like, all right, burn where we fight for.
Launch director, go for launch.
Launch director, go for launch.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Everything is go for launch. We are now under 30 seconds away. We will, of course, be quiet and let you listen to the sound as it lifts off. And it will take a couple seconds because we are a couple miles
Ignition.
away with this view. Coming up now on 15 seconds to go. Under 10 seconds now.
We have
The
lift off.
Rainbirds should be activating at this point, providing a deluge of water underneath the vehicle.
Bro, shut up, bro.
You will then see the steam there from the engine ignition. And liftoff of Falcon 9 Go Starlink V2 Minis go.
I don't want to hear your voice. I want to hear the actual launch. Never mind, bro. They're tripping.
Glad to have you with $10 you mentioned.
I called out Max Q right there. I called out Max Q. So you go. You got that call out.
9 rocket traveling faster than the speed of sound, more than a minute into this flight.
Yeah. I guess you can only get the full video live on like Twitter.
Half until we get it. We see.
Oh, here we go. Booster pressure nominal. Okay. Are you gonna call out Max Q? I called out stage separation.
T plus 40 seconds. It's one hell of a sight from here. We see it arcing right over top of us. We see 33 out of 33 Raptor engines lit on Super Heavy as it starts to ascend skyward. Maximum.
Wow, Dan, that was in.
We're just clapping, like people who clap when they're playing lands. It's weird. All right, well, it's bedtime, bro. I'm gonna head off. Probably gotta go to work tomorrow. Hopefully, I get a route. Hope I don't get a route. Actually, I don't want one. All right, bro. Take care. I'm gonna see you when I stream again. I don't have a consistent schedule. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm not a streamer. Some days when I feel like, you know. All right. All right. Peace.